All right, hi Luana. Okay, all right, let's come into a sitting position. Welcome everyone. Thank you for rising and shining with me today and coming to join. Your special watch on. Phones off or silent, eh? Yes. Okay. All right, so Hatha yoga. Nice and slow. Okay, and I'm really going to spend about 5 to 10 breaths in each posture today. Okay. So we explore, we have fun, we get curious, and breathe, don't force. Share fun. Yeah, all right, so come to an easy seat. And whatever that seat looks like to you, that's great. And sit on a cushion, perhaps, if you've got one, just to raise the hips if you need. So you want to ground down through your sitting bones. Let's close the eyes, rest the hands on the knees to start. And then if you want to kind of just move into your shoulders, your spine, roll your shoulders around, maybe kind of turn the neck. And then connect to that little area below your navel, Uddiyana. So this deep core muscle below the navel and your pelvic floor, just to hold you in your beautiful upright seat. Relax the toes, relax the fingers. And take a few cleansing breaths in the nose, maybe out the mouth. Just get rid of the stale air. And arrive. Relax the teeth, the tongue, the lips, the mouth. And just start to settle down into a comfortable breath. Just taking a moment to arrive in your space, noticing how you feel today. How does it feel to breathe? You're not having to think about anything or do anything or plan anything, just practicing, breathing, connecting. Finding that perfect, comfortable seat. Let's bring our hands to our heart center, and we'll begin this morning with an opening chant. If you do know it, you're welcome to join it. And we'll close with Om Tri Shantis at the end. Deep breath. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vadi Kamastu, Ma Vishavahai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'd like you to bring your left hand onto your lower belly and your right hand onto your lower back. It's just the back of the right hand on the lower back. Just kind of feeling the hands in these areas and then broadening across the chest, lengthening the tailbone. And relax the upper belly, create a bit of space in your mouth, a bit of space between your hips and your shoulders. And draw the breath into the palm of the left hand. Fill up the lungs for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then slowly let the breath turn around, exhale. That left hand draws back into the spine at the end of the exhale. Beginning 3-part yogic breaths or Ujjayi breaths, if this is permitted. You should feel light and open and free in the upper half of the body. Rounded, stable base. Follow. Be more full in and exhale. Drawing the awareness deeper into your skin. Tension from the neck. Feel rooted down through your seat into the ground. Light rising through the crown, through the spine. We let the mind stuff settle. This brings us closer to our true self. Push your hands down onto your knees. And then keeping the eyes closed or just the soft gaze over the nose. I'd like you just to move into your neck and your shoulders, just loosening some of the tension. Maybe kind of moving the shoulders from side to side. You guys can make your way down onto your back for your first posture today into a supported reclined fish. Okay. So head on your block or on the floor and your shoulder blades in the middle on your cushion. Hands on your chest or your belly or out at the sides or above your head. Kind of just find a comfortable position. And your legs can be straight, feet apart, or you can choose butterfly legs. That is what you feel you need, and you can change this at any time. As you want your body to be supported here, you want to be grounded, you want to feel comfortable, not like you have to hold back from letting gravity do its stuff. Let's take a deep breath in the nose and out of the mouth as you arrive. And a cleansing breath. I'm going to spend a few minutes here. We get an extra 15 minutes on a Saturday morning. So I do like to start our practice with one yin posture. And this to me feels appropriate for us today to kind of get rid of the week's tension. Maybe you've been sitting over a desk or a phone or in the car and you kind of need to open up your chest, your belly, or your thighs. So just releasing the pockets of tension in these areas. If you need to jiggle a toe or a finger or something at any time, you can do that. And just try to let your energy settle, let your nervous system rest, let your mind relax. You don't have to control your breathing either. You can just let this happen on its own. The body knows what to do. Teeth can maybe come apart from each other. Rest the tongue in the bottom of your mouth. And then you can drop your awareness down into your center. Whatever that is. Maybe wherever you feel the breath the most is your center. So, as we arrive here today, just maybe noticing how you feel. Take a little body scan. And trying to let go of those last little areas that you're sort of holding on to. if anything does come up, don't try to cling on to it or follow it. Just feel it, see it, let it move slowly away. Turn to the body, groundedness of the body and the breath. So I'm going to read a Yoga Sutra today. Sutra 1.3. Hadrastu Svarupe Vastana. Loosely translated means then the seer or the self abides in its own nature. In the seer or the self abides in its own nature. So a little bit about what this means, and maybe this will give you something to set an intention for your practice today. To really try to connect deeply to yourself and what it is that you are experiencing through your practice and in the shapes that you are doing. So you are not the body nor the mind. You always see your mind and body acting in front of you. We know that the mind creates thoughts and it distinguishes in desires. So the actual seer is the one that knows but is not involved in it. That is to understand that the eternal peaceful you, the mind must be quiet, otherwise it will distort the truth. Here's an analogy. So you are the seer who wants to see itself, but how? Even in the case of your physical face, if I ask you if you have ever seen it, you have to say no, because it is the face that sees. The face itself is the seer or the subject. And what it sees in the mirror is its image, the scene or the object. So if the mirror is curved, convex, concave, will you be able to see your true face? No. It'll appear to be distorted or awful, too big, full of waves. Will you be worried seeing this? No. You will immediately know that something is wrong with the mirror. You are seeing a distorted reflection. Only if the mirror is perfectly smooth and clean will it give you the true reflection. Only then can you see the face as it is. So in the same way, the seer or the true you reflects in the mind, which is your mirror. So normally you can't see the true self because your mind is colored. If the mind is dirty, you say, I am dirty. If it's all polished and shining, I am beautiful. So when the mind ceases to create thought forms, or when the chitta, the mind stuff, is completely free of the modifications, it becomes as clear as a still lake and you see the true self. True you is always the same, but you appear to be distorted or mixed up with the mind. By making the mind clean and pure, you feel you have gone back, or you appear to have gone back to your original state. Hadrastu Svarupe Vastana. Into your lungs, and on your next in-breath, draw the breath all the way down into the base of your spine and continue slowly sipping a little more air, trying to fill those lungs from the bottom all the way up to the collarbones. A big, full, expansive breath, and then a gentle, easy sigh. One or two more lungs. So you're going to start to move very slowly into your body in whatever way you feel is comfortable, and take the movement into your fingers and your toes first. So there's absolutely no rush in our practice today. Then you can start to stretch, maybe lift the arms up above the head, turn the hands, the wrists. You might want to bring your knees to your chest, but don't squeeze the knees to the chest too hard. Just a soft squeeze, maybe the knees wide. And then if you want to and you're ready to come off your bolster, pop it over to one side. And continue to just stretch it out on your back. Want to take a few rocks from side to side. If you want to kind of lift the feet, maybe start happy baby. So just getting into all the joints, moving the blood around the body again. The ankle rotations, squeeze the toes. Maybe you want to kind of get into the hamstrings, so straight legs, pulling the legs in towards your chest. Right. And bring your feet down to the ground and do a couple of windscreen wipers. So feet wide and just move the knees from side to side at the same time. Again, just going nice and slow here. Connecting with the body, with the breath again. How does it feel to be you today? All right, and you're going to press the left leg all the way down onto the ground, right knee into chest, and a little squeeze here. Flex both of your feet. So you're pushing the left calf into the mat gently. Your head and shoulders are on the ground. Noticing your point of resistance. Low back, low belly draws in, down to the ground. You can do a gentle supine twist from here. So point the toe, bring it onto the inside of the knee, right arm in line with the shoulder, the left hand over the knee, and a gentle twist to the left. You do not have to go too far. Listen to your body. Maybe kind of rock in and out of the twist, just feeling into your edge with the breath. Maybe your left knee wants to bend a little. And you're going to swap over, right leg down. So bring the left knee into the chest. Flex both of those feet. Deep breaths. Just enjoying the movement, enjoying yourself. Going to come into that easy supine twist, maybe hooking the toe on the inside of the leg, left arm in line with shoulder, right hand over the knee, gentle twist over to the right. So you kind of want to soften the belly muscles, but connect to your sacrum. Be nice and stable in your twist, don't just flop into it. Again, just be curious and explore your edges. Coming up to center, let's give your knees a hug. So wrap the arms around the leg, legs, and bring those thighs into the chest. And you want to keep your spine kind of pushing down into the floor, sacrum included. And if you want to do a few more little ankle rolls, go ahead. Place your feet down onto the ground. Knees are bent, hands onto your stomach, elbows on the floor, close your eyes. And then drop your lower back into the ground. Lift your toes, bring them back down. You're going to do 3 Brahmari breaths here on your back, listening and feeling the vibration. It's a beautiful long hums with your exhales. Empty your lungs, big breath in. Go at different times, it doesn't matter, 2 more. Relax the shoulders, the mouth. Your breath. And cross your ankles, lift your feet, hold the back of the thighs, rock up to an easy sitting position. And again, just take a comfortable seat, one leg on top of the other, one front, or twist. You're going to explore a seated twist. So sit up nice through the spine, crown of the head, left hand back, right hand over your knee. So you're going to gaze over your left shoulder. And just move in and out of this twist gently. Kind of working to the edge on your exhale, releasing the twist, lengthening on the inhale. So feeling the light rising up through the spine and the crown of the head as you breathe in. As you exhale, allowing the belly to soften a little bit, twist, gaze over the shoulder deeper. Turn your head to center and unravel your body over to the other side. And again, just kind of explore coming into the posture where you need to be, grounding down through the sit bones. And then gazing over your right shoulder and using the hands as little rudders to kind of move the torso. Noticing where the tension is. Maybe for you it's in the neck, maybe it's in the back or the side of the body. Gazing over the shoulder back to center, hands down onto those knees. And then you're going to do big, big circle. Okay, so you're going to drop the chest down, come forward over to one side, using the hands again to kind of work into your pivot points. Being grounded, breathing. When you're ready, you can kind of go the other direction a few times, and maybe go back around the other way, or do half circle. So I'm here to just kind of give you ideas, ultimately explore your body. You can extend those legs forward when you're ready. And you're going to bend your knees. Oh, that's the camera. Sometimes I forget. Okay, so normally we go into a forward fold, straight legs, floppy legs, and stretch our back. Let's do this with bent knees today. We want to kind of work those hamstrings. And so lift and lengthen through the chest, kind of reaching those hands forward, and then working down, maybe holding onto those feet if we can reach. And then starting to kind of work the legs forward. Keep the back straight and kind of pressing the chest towards the toes, pushing through the base of the toes, and just working into an easy fold. So rolling through the shoulders, and if you can get the legs straight, great. If not, keep them bent. Sometimes I know I can look like a idiot, but this is a nice way to kind of, where is that tension? What do I want to work those hamstrings, or do I want to continue pulling into my lower back? You know, it's kind of, a lot of us have tight hamstrings and we sit and we kind of want to work the legs. Okay, so then come up, ground the back of the knees, sit up, let's lift the arms. And don't come into a back bend, draw the navel to the spine, ground the tailbone. And then you're going to fold from the hips, push through the balls of the toes, reach past wherever you can, then drop the hands down. Gaze to the toes and then come deeper, relax the shoulders, elbows to ground, and 5 breaths here. So when you breathe in, make space for your breath. You want to maybe lift the chest up a little. And then you pull the top of the thighs into the belly as you exhale to come a little deeper. And then play with your glute muscles. So this is Hatha yoga. Explore. You're moving slow. You never have to force yourself to your maximum to start off with. Okay, so push into the base of the toes. Push into my finger. There we go. Okay, so exploring that feeling in your legs. Last one. And come up on your inhale. Okay. And you're going to lift the right knee back into the body. Place the foot down on the ground. And exploring another little easy twist for Krasana today, holding on to the knee with the left hand or wrap the arm around the leg. Right hand back, then start to twist and gaze over the right shoulder. Now I want you to try and keep your the pelvis stable. Not allowing the pelvis to move too much. Left thigh bone drawing into the hip socket. And the twist to happen from your thoracic spine, so from the middle to the upper back. So turn the head, and that helps to turn the thoracic vertebra, bring the twist into the middle back. Play with your back elbow, bend and straighten it. And draw the shoulder down and back. Maybe push gently into the right base of the big toe. And when you breathe in, release the twist a little bit, and then gaze further through the exhale. Over that shoulder. Nice. Last breath here. Turn to the front. And then you're going to step over, right knee on top of the left leg. Grounding down through the sitting bones, connect to the pelvis. Then gaze towards the left toes and take a forward fold here, a little modified cow face. Just working into the outside of the right leg. Hamstring again on the left leg. Okay, so push through the balls of the big toe on the left foot. Lift your right big toe. So you're pushing into the left heel. Noticing what is active, what is relaxed, what can I change, or what needs to just kind of stay the same. And where am I feeling this right now? Come up through your inhale. Okay, right leg goes straight and the left leg comes in. So I'm going to do that little twist again. Pull the right thigh bone back into the hip socket, ground down through the left foot. Left hand goes back, make sure it's comfortable. Right arm wraps around the leg. Then push the right heel down into the ground, turn over the shoulder. So that left heel touches the floor. Just push forward a little. And explore the twist. So what happens when I bend my left elbow? What happens when I drop the left shoulder? What happens when I lift the spine on my inhale? Relax my mouth. You don't need tension in your shoulder. So effort at ease. Find the balance between the effort that I'm putting in and the backing off. So that I'm not forcing the posture. I'm exploring my edge and finding the space. You don't have to rush in life all the time. It's coming to the end of the year, so taking time to slow down and explore. Right, then let's turn back to the center. Step the foot over. Left knee stacks now on top of the right. And then just move the sitting bones. Maybe tuck the flesh in. Don't pull it out. See how that feels. You want the glutes to kind of work. Be your seat. Pull the hips back and then take your forward fold. Lift the big toe. Press down lightly through the right heel. And in your forward fold, you want to draw the right thigh into your belly. So the top of the right thigh pulls into the belly. Hip flexors. So those guys at the top of your thighs help you to fold forward. Last breath. Lift up through the inhale. And then come into another easy seat. Maybe swap your opposite leg on top if you favor the same one. Pull the hips back, belly pulls in. And then put the fingertips onto the floor, bend your elbows, and draw these sitting bones down. And you're going to take a little forward fold and explore your forward fold. So don't clutch the floor and pull yourself forward, but keep a straight back as much as possible. And then try to touch the tip of the tailbone onto the floor. And connect with that area below your navel, Uddiyana zone. And then stop those wandering thoughts from telling you this is slow, this is boring, or what is the coffee going to be like after class. Close the eyes and really, really feel what is happening inside. All these little parts of the body that are maybe lighting up. How can I deepen my breath and be present, be here? So relaxed shoulders, beautiful, deep giant breaths. You can walk your hands up to your body. You're going to move into your wrist a little bit before we come to all fours. Move your fingers, phalanges. Okay. You're going to swing those legs around, come onto all fours. And you're going to explore a little bit here today as well. Okay, so, yes, we're doing some postures. I'm here to guide you, but be explorative in the movement. Okay. So you want to create a stable base, shoulders over those wrists, hips over those knees. And then again, kind of working into forward and backward movements, sideward movements, circular movements. And noticing how the wrists feel, how does the side of the legs, the hips feel. Our practice should be nourishing, painful. So it's painful, there's something wrong. And you try to press down through the base of your forefinger. So your pointy finger, the base of that pointy finger stays nicely grounded. And you can lift the knuckles a little bit, but press into the fingertips. And tap the toes, work with the feet. And when you're ready, you can start to make your way to happy dog. And happy dogs means you can move. It means you're not stuck in a stiff downward dog with tension everywhere. It means take some time to get into all those tight little spots. Work into the Achilles heel, the calves, the hamstrings. And then play with the position of your downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feet can go forward, feet can go back, you can move your hands. Roll into your shoulders. See how the shoulders feel. And then tuck the chin, release the neck, then let the head kind of drop, gaze to the knees. Bring the stick your feet a little closer to your hands, see how it feels. And bend your knees in your downward dog. Bend those knees, lift the sitting bones up and push the chest back to the thighs. Okay, so you want to feel beautiful weight evenly distributed between the shoulders and the legs. Okay. The shoulders take a lot in your downward dog. Okay. Then you're going to switch those thighs on. Okay. Activate those thighs, let the head drop the shelf. Here we go. And then squeeze the armpits a little bit. And then push through the hands. Okay. Now tuck the lower belly in. And a little push into the big toe. Take a big breath down to the base of the spine, pelvic floor. Switch it on. And then step your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need. And a forward fold with very bent knees. And explore your movement at the top of your mat in a forward fold. So I don't want you just to sit in the back of your knees and lock your knees. Bend them. One at a time or together. Lift your toes, bring them down. Then you're going to roll up. Keep the chin tucked in. Bend those knees, then start to roll. Coming up to stand. Closing the eyes, grounding through the feet. And you're going to switch on the area below your navel and lengthen the tailbone. Quads are on. Your palms are next to your thighs, rolling the shoulders down the back. Relax the upper belly. You are grounded. Samastiti Hi. You're going to bend those knees, open the eyes, bring the hands onto the hips. You're going to come into Palangasana, forward fold. You're going to hold onto your toes like so, palms face each other. Bend your knees as much as you need. Okay. Little bit to those knees. Switch on your pelvis. Lengthen. As you exhale, pull the hips back, forward fold. And then take hold of those toes. On your inhale, lift as much as you can, straight arms, roll shoulders back, gaze to the top of your mat. Now notice if your glutes are switched on, little activation, then fold, pull the top of the thighs in, lengthen the neck. And then you've got 5 breaths in your forward fold. And notice if you're perhaps pulling down too much with your arms. If you are, try and relax them a little, soften the back of the neck here. Let the head hang. And you have your elbows sticking out to the side, but angle them towards the calves a little bit, not too much. How is the weight placed in your feet? Is it even? Maybe lift your toes. Bring them down again. And pull the belly into the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, broaden the chest. Okay. Bend the knees a little, take the hands to the hips, come all the way up, strong the glutes, legs. And feet together if it's comfortable for you. Samastiti Hi, arms down at your sides. Let's do 2 salutation. Inhale, arms up. Hands apart if you need. Exhale, bend the knees to fold forward. Halfway lift, broaden the chest. Hands step back, right foot. Right knee drops. Coming through this little lunge. Pull the hips back, lift the heart. Press down through that front big toe. Hands down, front foot, step back to plank, and your version of a chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. So pop the knees down if you need, elbows to the ribs, come onto the belly, lift the cobra up, dog. Okay, down, you're facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And you got 3 breaths here in this beautiful downward dog. Just remember that first downward dog you did today. Slow down. Little dogs, all of you. That right foot lifts, 3-legged dog, step between your hands. It doesn't matter how it gets there. Low lunge. Anjana Asana. Lift the arms up, the hips back. Try and create a bit of length before you drop into the hips. Okay, so you don't have to be in a back bend. You can look forward. Lighten the shoulders and the upper half of the body. Chin down, hands down, step forward. Inhale through halfway lift. Fold forward, lengthen the neck. Ground down through the toes, inner thighs, lift up on the inhale, follow the thumbs. And exhale, hands down. Full breath here. Inhale, then start to lift the arms. Tuck the chin, exhale, then fold. Bend those knees if you need. Halfway lift. Left leg steps back. And drop the knee. The toes can be flat, they can be tucked, your choice. See how it feels. And then switch on those inner thighs. Chest and hips face forward and light upper body smile. Into the yogis. Hands down, step back to a nice strong plank. Push the floor away. Knees, chest, chin, your version. Coming down, up through that cobra up dog. And downward facing dog, your version. Happy dog, bend knees if you need. You don't all look the same. Isn't that marvelous? That would be boring. Okay, happy dog, smile. Last breath here. That left leg goes up and steps forward. Drop that right knee. And then slowly lift up through the inhale. Beautiful warriors. Little softness in the shoulders. Maybe the hands touch, maybe not. Hands down, step forward. Inhale through the halfway lift, connect to your low belly. Hold forward, lengthen the neck. And strong inner thighs, bend the knees, come up through the inhale. And hands down, so I'm stick to heel. Beautiful. Okay, that right foot's going to step back. Open up the stance, turn the back toes in, gaze over your front hand. Let's move through side angle. Okay, so lift the left wrist to knee, right arm sweeps over the ear. We explore for about 8 breaths. So you're gazing to your top hand, Parsvakonasana, and both those legs should be strong and working. So don't sit in the front leg. Try not to rest too much weight on that front arm. And then ribs go open. Right ribs pull back, left ribs pull forward. What's happening in your bundles, pelvic floor? And if we gaze to the top hand, maybe we can find a bit more openness as we power down through the back big toe. Without dropping that shoulder. That's it. Enough. If you're reaching the energy forward through the hands, so tense. That's beautiful. Michelle's got steely eyes. Okay, so how does it feel to be here for this long? Normally in vinyasa, we're like, oh, let's go, next posture. Maybe I'm comfortable. Is it uncomfortable? Maybe. Yes. Oh. Michelle's like, come on, okay, up, let's go. Okay, back into warrior 2. Okay, so the point of being able to hold the postures is find the balance between the effort and the ease. Okay, if you're putting too much effort, maybe it's too much effort, and that's why our 10 breaths is so long. Because if you're light in the upper body and you're gazing over the front hand, the hips are at stability, then we can be here for a long time. Yeah? Okay, so breathe light here. As if you're just reaching the energy softly through the fingers, not too tense. Okay, so drop those shoulders. Make sure the neck is comfortable, that right shoulder pulling back, we're gazing here over the front hand. Okay, and what is happening in the hips? Move there, make sure it feels comfortable. And then we can come down into that front leg, but switch on the back leg same time. And then we have a stable base. Okay, we've got 2 more breaths. See, it's not so hot. Beautiful, guys. Straighten that front leg. Let's step to the front of the mat. Okay, a little shake off as we can. We're going to do that other side. Okay, so left leg steps back. Now you get a sea view. Yeah, there's something to look at for 8 breaths. No, your gaze should be where? Top hand. Okay, that is a distraction. Let's see how this works. Okay, side angle, Parsvakonasana. Yeah, I hope your cupboard is good. Nirvana normally does yoga in her bedroom with a nice cupboard next to it. So she never has a distraction. Okay, so how do we feel in the legs? Strong in those legs. Power down through the back foot. Okay, adjust your hips. You don't have to be stuck or stiff. And then kind of, yeah, beautiful straight lines, fingers together. And there's that lovely reaching soft energy. Okay, nice. So you're gazing up to this hand, not that yeah. If you can, if you can, put your
Close the fingers.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
No? Okay. Open it. A stronger version. Fingers
Okay,
closed.
yeah. Bikram as well.
Yeah. Good. Come up. Let's move into that warrior 2. Good. We're coming through a nice strong warrior 2. Gazing over that front hand. So you want to draw the left shoulder back and kind of work into those hips. Find that strong warrior. Okay, so beautiful stable base. Energy coming into the hips together. Relax into the breath. Settle, pelvic floor, Uddiyana. Last inhale. Yogis, let's come down to a lunge and step back through downward dog. Right leg back, take a little walk here. And switch on your beautiful, strong, downward facing dog. So you can bend those knees if you need. That helps to lift the hips higher. Okay. Feel nice and strong in the shoulders, not too tense in the neck. You're going to lift your right leg to a three-legged dog. Your hip is closed, so drop that hip, but extend the energy through the heel or the toes, your choice. So drop your hip forward, bring it. So now reach through the heel, push the chest back, bend your left knee a little if you need. So have you held a three-legged dog for this long for a while? How does it feel? Okay, stabilize it. Beautiful. Now step through into a lunge between your hands. And if you need to drop your left knee down, drop it down. Otherwise, bring it up if it's available to you today and you feel strong. You're taking the weight out of your hands. They're in your legs. Push through the left knee. Okay. Down through the front big toe. Then the left hand goes down, right hand shifts. Foot lift, right foot shifts across. Right hand down into a lizard. Okay. So already if this is uncomfortable for you, drop that left knee. Okay. And you want to bring that right knee in towards your shoulder. So we're not doing a floppy leg, we're doing a little activation in the leg. So right knee into the shoulder. And then feel where is the tension or the tightness? Is it the front left thigh or is it more into the right? Groin, kind of where is it in the body? Okay. Then try to soften the shoulders and the jaw. Don't need tension in the chest. And if we switch on the left quad, does it draw more resistance there? Last breath. Then you can stay right where you are, or you have a choice to drop the right shoulder down, try and bring it underneath that right leg, and then just bring your arms out like so, but keep the tailbone long, and just sit here in a little half-bounded version. Okay, so you don't have to take this further if you want to, you can take time, but not important. Just kind of coming into this stronger fold. This is sort of prep for Vinyasana. And again, if you just want to come down onto your elbows, do that. See how that feels if you're going to go a little deeper. And again, just explore some movement here for yourself. You might want to move the hips a little from side to side, hips forward, back. And exploring this little bound version, or lifting the back knee, dropping it down. The hands on the mat or lifting them, that is your choice. Okay, right, then let's bring the hands down, come up onto your hands if you're down on your elbows. Right foot goes back, downward dog. Okay, so correct your dog, nice, strong downward dog. Adjust your hand position, your feet position. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog, just pause here for a couple breaths. Okay, so remember we are square hips. You're pushing the energy out through that heel, lengthening the neck, tucking in the lower belly. Stable. Last inhale. Okay, step through into that little lunge. And take time to stabilize your lunge. Right knee is off the mat if you can do that today. Otherwise it stays down. Your choice. Notice the movement of the hips. Correct it. Left foot goes out to the side. Come into your lizard. Move into the hip and then make sure that that left knee is coming in towards the shoulder gently. This is Uttanasana Prasthasana. So the knee can be down, it can be up, it is your choice. Breathe and notice what is happening in my mind, in my breathing. Then you can explore dropping the knee, coming onto the elbows, or dropping that shoulder under the leg. This is again something that you choose to play around with. And notice if there's a difference in the side. Maybe the side is kind of a little looser and you've got a bit more space. Maybe not. And again, you can kind of just walk the hands out, keep them on the mat. Don't have to lift there. And make sure there's no pinching or pressure in your lower back. So pelvic floor connection, lower back sacrum connection. And we all look different, we're all doing different things today, and that's great. We have bodies. Space to explore today. And step left foot back when you're ready, so make your way back to the downward dog. Abdul Mukta Svanasana. Last breath here. Knees going to come down to the floor. Knees together, heels together if possible, or big toes together, heels out to the side. Sitting back in Vajrasana. If you need to put that cushion under your please do so if your knees are not great. I do. All right. And then lengthen that tailbone, make sure you're connecting here to this lower. And then you're going to place the hands onto the legs, arms turned up, kind of open up across the chest. And let's just settle down back to the body and the breath again. Just taking this little break and this little pause. Time to connect to the breath and come back to your stillness again. Just letting the experience of the last little bit in our practice kind of come together and settle. Open the eyes, soft gaze over the nose, and then come onto all fours. Now, all fours position, we want to come through Balasana Child's Pose. Knees go wide as you feel they need to be. Big toes together, then draw the low belly in before you sit back onto those heels. Okay, walk the hands forward, the elbows are off the mat, and an active child's pose, forward to floor. I really feel my breath in this posture. The belly kind of pushes into your thighs. It's also really grounded, this position. Again, just taking time to really think of much, just breathe here. Our bodies are amazing. We really kind of know what we need, what we're doing. So learn to kind of trust your body, your intuition, your feelings, your energies. Here, and also stilling yourself, feel the energies move subtly within the body. Lift the head, Slide the hands back, body, and you can come over onto one sitting bone, legs go out front. Visvanasana, legs wide. Then ground down through the seat again, connect with your beautiful pelvis. And it is a forward fold. Again, you can bend those knees if you need, if you struggle with these folds, just sit up. Okay? And press the heels gently into the floor. And you're going to bring the hands down onto the mat. And again, pull that belly in, sit down. And that is your stability, your pelvis. Beautiful straight back. You're not in the back bend. You're in the straight back, so lengthen your tailbone. And then find your fold. It's a bend and straighten into the elbows as you press gently into your fingers. And you press a little bit into your heels through the bottom of the big toes. And you work through the fold with the breath. The top of your thighs, so drawing into the body a little bit, rolling the feet out, not in. Fast breath. Hands back to the body. And we're going to do dolphin to finish today. Okay. So come into a all-four position, dolphin home friend, and drop down onto your forearms. This is the easiest way to get them. You can do many things with your hands. They can be flat, they can be together, they can be interlaced. Again, this is your choice. Eventually, you want them to be apart and hands flat. But if it's easier today for you to start to grip the hands together, do that. And then you're going to pull in, like make a little cat back, tuck your toes, and gaze towards your hands. Start to press into your elbows, ace between the shoulder blades, lift the sit bones, and be mobile here first. Push the chest back to the thighs, keep the knees bent to start, and then start to kind of work the legs straight. Not too tense in the neck. So although you're kind of raising the hands to start, push the chest back. So that's going to prep you for a pincher. And if you want to drop the head and lengthen the neck, and then you come into your full dolphin, lifting the sitting bones high, pulling the thighs into the belly. And you can keep those knees bent. The legs do not have to be straight, but push down through the heel. Come down when you're ready. If you need, take a break. You don't have to stay up forever. Use your breath to kind of be there, exploring what's happening in the shoulders, what's happening in the front of my body, what's happening in the back of my legs. How can I find that balance between the effort that I'm putting in and the need to just back off a little bit? Knees down, your knees. Take a little child's pose to just relax a bit. Or to floor, and you can bring the hands back if you like. Elbows can rest on the floor if you need. Right, you're going to come up and turn to face the back of the room for Shavasana, feet to the back wall. There. So get comfortable, and if you want to use your cushion behind your legs, that's really nice. If you've got lower back problems, your heels on the ground, your toes relaxed. If you want to use another cushion under your head, that's also a nice idea sometimes. Just get comfortable, relaxed. You've got a nice, long, well-deserved Shavasana. While you rest, let your hands come away from the sides. Nice cleansing breath in the nose and out of the mouth. Just feel what the temperature of the skin feels like, that little breeze brushing across your body. Sound of the birds, sound of the sea. Jaw relaxed, tongue soft in the mouth. You can bring your full awareness back into your body, into a place that you can feel the breath in the body. Perfectly relaxed. Settle. Soft eyes. In the warmth of the chest. So, lost the tension. Make sense. It's like that. It's not back to the light. Chest. And you turn the head left and right. It's connected to the spine. Big stretch of your body or any other movement that needs. Just like roll to one side, right, left. Up, ready, sitting on a cushion if you like, and still heart center. Those with the closing chant, you're welcome to join in if you do know, and for and Shanti at the end. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For enjoying this practice with me today, spending the time on your mat. I hope you have the most beautiful evening. Namaste. Namaste.